Okay, so I think we are recording now. So I just wanted to welcome you guys all to our social media workshop with Nikki Wald of Penelope June. She is a hairstylist and manages their social media, and she's going to tell you about her other past experiences. And oh, here's some more people arriving. Um, so I just wanted to welcome you all. And if we haven't met, my name is Jennifer Hollingshead. I am the Economic Vitality Chair for Old Town Greenwood, Inc. And we are a nonprofit organization and the Indiana Main Street for Greenwood. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to pass it over to Nikki Wald with Penelope June, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about herself, and then we'll get started on her presentation. I do want to let you know that we are recording, so I can share the recording with you afterwards. And she's going to plan on doing her presentation, and then we'll hold questions for the end. So you can either put them in the chat or you can unmute yourself at the end to ask any questions that you might have. All right,
Perfect.
Nikki.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Nikki Wald. So I actually am a social media manager for Penelope June Salon. It's right downtown Greenwood on Main Street. I'm also a hairstylist, but I've actually been doing social media longer than I've even been doing hair. So I just got licensed in December, and I've been with Penelope June for almost 2 years now. She initially hired me as a front desk associate, a front desk person. And then during my downtime, I kind of just started naturally just taking videos for the girls. And then it turned into, hey, why don't you go ahead and take over our social media? So I've done other things in the past. I ran a church social media page for many years. I have done my own things. My brother's a tattoo artist locally here in Greenwood. I've done some things for him. So it's just been self-taught, and it's actually been I've learned a ton, but it's been just doing it. So I put on here, I'm actually not super techy, which is kind of funny, but honestly, I'm not. Like, my husband had to kind of work through even how to use Teams for me last night, so I knew what I was doing. And like, he's actually the more techy one, so this just proves anyone can do it. But yes, I'm a mom of two. I have two twin 8-year-olds. They're boy girl. They'll be 9 in November. So yeah, I'm excited to be here, and it's so nice to meet you guys. I linked my Instagram handle here, Nikki Wald Hair, if you want to go follow me or go check out my page. I am going to be referring back to some of those, but I also have screenshots. And then I'm going to be referencing some of the Penelope June page. So if you want to go check that page out, that's the handle for that. And then also we have Dashboard Food Truck. Vanessa, who's the owner of Dashboard Food Truck, it's a local Greenwood food truck. I actually used to work for her. I worked on the food truck for about a year just for like some extra fun money. And I asked if I could reference some of her page as well, just to give you something a little different. So I'll be referring to her page a little bit. And mainly I'm going to be talking about Instagram today because that's what I use the most. But a lot of what I'm going to be sharing today can be used on many different platforms. You can, use it for Facebook, you can use it for TikTok, whatever. And then I'm going to be talking about cross posting too. But mainly I'm going to be talking about Instagram today. So like Jennifer said, if you guys have any questions along the way, just go ahead and jot those down and then save them till the end. Just because I feel like it would just be better that way. So if you have any questions, write them down and we'll get to it at the end. So first I want to go over why social media is important. So as we all know, because we're here today, it's super important. It helps people find you. It's actually more people find you more through social media than even word of mouth now. It's kind of gotten to that point. Through research and stuff, we have found, especially in the hair industry, that people find us through social media before even word of mouth, which is really interesting. And I think that it's not just hair. I think it's, a lot of different businesses, people are finding you that way, Google and social media. And if not, they're Googling you first, and then they're looking at your Instagram page because they want to see a visual, or maybe they're looking on Facebook because they want to see a visual that way. So it's actually extremely important, and it's a free tool. It's a free marketing tool that everyone can do. Um, it can be overwhelming if you know nothing about it, which is why we're doing this workshop today. But it helps people know you and trust you before coming to you, and it keeps your business top of mind. So once you gain the followers, connecting with them builds community and keeps your business like the top of their mind throughout the week as they're on their phones, as they're scrolling through social media. They're seeing your post and they're like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to check them out. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to check them out. So it's actually extremely important to get people into your business. The next slide we have here is, I want to go over the basics of, for instance, what your social media page, I'm referencing Instagram right now, but what it should look like. So we're going back to the basics here. So this is your brand. This is your visual brand. So when people come to your page, you need to have, it would be helpful. I shouldn't say you need to. It would be very, very helpful if it's professional and it's clear and it looks like your brand. So as you can see here, Penelope June Salon, we have the handle, which is the app Penelope June Salon. That's how people find you. It's called your handle. So you want to get that as close to your business as name as possible. Obviously, that's not, you can only do what's available, but and then we have the name super clear. Like when I come to this page, I know this is a salon immediately. I see the logo as the profile picture. Super important to have a professional logo as your profile picture. Just looks professional, just looks put together. Um, and then as far as the edit area, you would go to edit profile, which you would see on there, and then you would type all this stuff in. I always recommend people say immediately who you are. So we put full service hair salon. And then I think Allie, our owner, put with a special love for curly hair, because we do love curly girls. And that's one thing that we're known for around here. And that's one thing that people find us, how people find us. So you can just put, we are a dentist office, Greenwood, Indiana, or food truck, Greenwood, Indiana, or Southside, Indiana, whatever, Indianapolis. You want to put your city. The first thing is the city, because when you're dealing with social media, you're dealing with worldwide, you're dealing with nationwide. So you need to put your location there immediately. And then obviously we have how you can get a hold of us, our contact. We have call or text, and we have the online booking link right there. So everything is like right there, everything people need to know immediately. And that's a really easy thing that any of us can do right now, even as I'm talking. If you want to, just go through there, edit your profile, put it on your to-do list for this week. Super important. The other thing I want to highlight is I have this red arrow here where all those little blue icons are. Those are your highlights. So one easy thing that you can do on your Instagram page is like have your highlights. So what we actually did is we just went on like Pinterest or Google, and we just Googled highlight covers for Instagram, and then we just screenshotted those little logos, and then we added those as the cover, and it just looks professional. But we didn't spend time in Canva making them. I'm sure that Canva has a thing for that, but we just literally screenshotted it and put it in there, and it just looks so professional. It has our brand colors, which are navy and that terracotta color. Again, just visually showing who we are and our brand. Again, the highlights are for reviews. What do you want people to know when you come to your page? Maybe it's pictures of food if you're a food truck. Maybe it's like testimonials, client testimonials, or reviews. You want to go there, whatever you want to like highlight. That's why they're called highlights. On your page, you can put there. Now, the highlights are linked to your story. So you actually would have to post whatever you want to be a highlight to your story first. And then you go in there and you click that little plus. I don't know if you can see, it doesn't show it on here, but if you go to your Instagram page, you can see a little plus where the highlights are, and it says new right there. You just click that, and then that's how you would edit, highlight, and make a highlight like that. And then the other thing I want to touch on is just, you want the pictures, especially on Instagram, because it's all about pictures and videos. You want your pictures and videos to highlight and showcase who you are. So when I come to your page, if you're a hair salon, I better see hair. I better see beautiful hair, right? I want to see what my hair is going to look like if I come to your salon. So We try to, even if we're doing videos, we try to edit the cover photo for the video to a beautiful picture of hair or something about the salon because we want it to look aesthetic. We want it to look good. We want it, this, again, this is our brand. So, yes, being very clear and precise and professional about what your page looks like. Um, so I want to talk about pin to main grid. So that is, as you can see on mine, the Nikki Wild Hair one, you can see the top 3 photos, how they have those pins at the top right. That is, those pictures or videos were pinned to my main grid. So that means they stay at the top all the time. No matter how many times I'm posting, those stay at the top because when people come to my page, I want them to see me. And when they click on me right there, they're going to say, oh, this is the stylist, who's the page that I'm on, and it's going to tell you about me because that's what the post is about. And then the other 2 pictures are just one of my favorite transformations I've done. And that way, when you come to my page, you can see, oh, this is her work. This is like her favorite work. It's almost like your favorites. And then I put over here a picture of Vanessa's amazing burger from Dashboard Food Truck. If you've never had their burgers, best burger. Obviously, would be an example. I went to her page and I saw this picture and I was like, she should pin that to her main grid. What she does is she would just click on this post and see those 3 dots in the corner. She would click on those 3 dots up there, and then she would just click pin to main grid because when someone comes to their page, they're gonna want to see that. Like, oh, this is, she could put pictures of food and then she could do maybe one of the food truck, a picture of the food truck or something. And that would be pinned to her main grid. And it just keeps it there and kind of like is a way of, again, aesthetically showing who you are when people come to your page because it really is all about the visual. Instagram only allows you to do 3. So if you already have 3 and you try to do another one, it won't let you, just so you know. Let's see. Yes, I put examples here, like a reel or post that did really well. Say you did a reel or video and it got tons and tons and tons of views. Maybe you should post that one to your main grid because that one did really well and that's what people want to see. So that would be an example of maybe what you would put up there as well. Yes, and something that sums up who you are and what you're selling or what your page is all about. So does that make sense to everyone? I mean, I know no one's mics are on, but okay, it's so hard not interacting with people, but so the next one is what to post. Like, what do I post? Okay, so people want to know what it's like to be in your space. They want to know who you are. They want to see you. So we talk a lot about forward-facing content. They want to see you. They want to see your staff. Like here at the salon, we do a ton of videos about our staff. We show our funny personalities. We do humorous ones. We talk, and like people have told us, like we love seeing your guys' posts because when we come in the salon, we feel like we already know you guys. We feel like we fit in with the group and like we know what it's like. It's fun and it's personable and like all these things, and we know you. And that's what you want. It's all about connecting with your audience. So forward-facing content, people want to see you. You have to get past the cringiness of it and you kind of have to just do it. It's vulnerable to be on camera. It's vulnerable to put yourself out there. It's hard not to feel like judgy of yourself, like, oh, I don't look good in the photo or video, or maybe we need to redo it again. But really, people are after authenticity. They want to see you and know you. So I always tell people if you can put yourself in the videos, especially like if you're the owner of the business, like they want to know you and they want to know your staff. Another thing that to post would be promotions or events that are happening, posting about your product and telling us through the video or the picture what your why is, why you're doing what you're doing. Maybe it's like a really aesthetic photo of your business, and then in the caption, you're just talking about your why. Why did you start the business? People love to connect to your why and really will get behind you and support you if they understand you and understand why you're doing what you're doing. Because they have something that they probably feel the same way about that in their own life and they can relate to you in that way. It's all about connecting with your audience. Another way Another thing to post is showcasing who you are and what you do. Like, for instance, the burger picture, like showcasing that shot of that burger. It's like when you see that picture, you want to go there and you want to have a burger. You know what I mean? And that's such a good, when I saw that, I was like, I'm using this for my webinar, because it was just like, it's exactly what you need to see, what you want people to see when they come to your page. Um, Show us what it's like behind the scenes. What is it like to come into the salon? What is it like to purchase a product from you, to eat with you, to get a service from you, whatever your business is? We want to see what it's like when we come in there. Um, the next, I have a couple notes on here that I might want to add sometimes too. So let me get that out really quick. Um, so how often to post? So what I've learned through doing this is consistency is key. If your goal is to get, because it depends on your goal, but I think everyone's goal would be to get as many people to view your page and your stuff and your product or your business as possible to come into your place. So that's my goal. My goal is locally to get as many people into my space as possible, to get in my chair. And my goal for this salon is the same, to get as many people locally to know about our hair salon and to come check us out. So it's really about getting people actually in this business. It's not just about getting a bunch of followers. I mean, if you go to my page, I only have about 600 followers. I don't have that many, but I've seen so much quality of what I've been doing. People have been booking with me through Instagram. So that tells me that I'm not just pumping out all these followers. And you might see people, influencers who have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, but they might not be quality followers. They might have paid for the followers. They might just be like not a lot of local people. So what we want is we want local followers who actually are going to come into the business. And what I've learned from getting that is it's about consistency. Um, it's not necessarily, it's a little bit about quality, but not necessarily. Don't get hung up on the fact that you have to have super quality content. I'll get to that a little bit later. And it's not about posting as much as possible all day, every day long. It's more about consistency. So if you're starting from nothing, you don't post at all, maybe start challenging yourself to do 2 times a week, but then stick with it. Whatever you challenge yourself to do, stick with it, because it's about consistency. So if you're like, I'm going to do 5 times a week and you're starting from nothing, and then next week you don't do any, that's going to hurt you. So whatever you decide to do, stick with it and then build upon it if you can. And then my other tip for business owners is really to delegate. If you're a business owner, you know anything about business, you know that you can't do it on your own. Like, it's just impossible to grow where you want to go without delegating to people. So, as an example, Allie, the owner of Penelope Jean Salon, she delegated social media to me. She saw that, okay, I have a front desk person and she has some downtime sometimes. I'm going to start delegating, and she's good at social media. I'm going to start delegating to her to take this on so that I don't have to do it. And that frees up her from being burnt out and not actually being able to follow through with it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it is worth just paying someone to do it, or delegating it to an employee that you already have that may have some downtime to do it and that's good at it, or like a younger person who's already knows a lot about it. Yes, maybe trading services. I know a lot of content creators, like our college students, who, like, for instance, they may say, hey, I'll do all your social media and you do my hair whenever I need it done, or something like that. We trade services. So there's different ways to go about it without even paying anyone as well. Just something to think about it, but definitely don't burn yourself out, because it's really all about consistency. Um, the next post I want to talk about, or next slide, is stories versus posts or reels. So a reel is like a video on Instagram. Reels, and then posts are like a picture, just one picture, or a series of pictures on Instagram. I call those posts. So a reel or a post, the goal is to attract new clients and to build trust. So you're attracting people that aren't already followers of yours or don't already know about you on Instagram or social media. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the algorithm of Instagram and social media, Facebook, TikTok, all those. There's algorithms. So you really have to follow what they have set up in order to get people to see you. And so Instagram, all these platforms are going to push your content out to people. And then people that normally wouldn't see your stuff, depending on how your post does, how long people watch your video. Actually, you know what? Hold that thought because I'm going to get to that in a second. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. So, sorry, backtrack. A reel or a post, the goal is to attract new people that aren't already your followers. So, getting the word out there basically. Hey, we're a salon in Greenwood, Indiana, south side of Indianapolis, and surrounding south side areas. Come check us out. That's why we do a ton of videos and we do a ton of reels for the salon because we're trying to get the word out there that we're here because we know when people find us, they're going to love us because who wouldn't, right? Anyways, and then stories, the goal for stories is more to connect with your current followers that you already have. So like, remember when I said earlier, it's staying relevant, staying in their mind all day long because they're scrolling on social media and they're seeing your stories. Yes, they see your posts too and like those and things like that, but it's connecting with current followers authentically, I can't say it, and staying on, like, I always say when you would post a reel or a picture would be like 3 to 5 times a week, and then a story multiple times a day because stories are more like behind the scenes kind of a thing. It's like getting on there and being like, hey guys, you would not believe about my day today, blah, 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 blah. Because that's connecting with your followers. It's like talking to a friend. Um, and that's how they're going to see you and understand you and get to know you through your stories. So I hope that makes sense. And then the next one is, okay, so yes, posting for the algorithm and engagement. So I was talking before about the algorithm and posting for that. That's how you're going to get quality content. Okay. Now, this might not be somewhere you start with necessarily if you literally don't know anything about social media. Maybe you don't even have a social media page and you're starting from zero. This might be a little bit more advanced, but it's still good to keep in mind when you're making content because this is how you're going to get quality content and how Instagram's going to push your content out to people you would never be able to reach. Okay. Which is what we want. So captions, like if you make a post and you write a little caption, um, all the words that you write in that caption, Instagram is seeing those and they're taking information and they're pushing it out to the right people. So same with keywords. Keywords are like basically just words in your caption, and then hashtags as well. I think Instagram is starting to shy away from hashtags a little bit. This is the research I found. You can still use hashtags, but they're going more for keywords like in your caption. And then also the more times people share your post or save your post also boosts more views and pushes it out to more people. Also, the longer the person stays on the post. So it doesn't necessarily mean you need a long video though. You actually shouldn't have a long video. I know that's crazy, but you want to hook people into your video within 2 seconds because we have very short attention spans. And you need to be able to hook people in. You can do that through your video, what you're showing, or a text on the video. And all those things are going to tell Instagram, wow, people really, really like this post. This post is super important and we need to push it out to whoever maybe. So, like, for instance, in the caption or the keywords, we would, because we're trying to get local business. I'm assuming everyone on here is just trying to like get local business. So, we need to be talking about Southside Indie food truck, Indianapolis hairstylist, Southside Indie salon, specializing in lived in color and custom cuts and curly hair, or like whatever your very specific, if you can, specific keywords that is going to push and hashtags that's going to push it out to the right people for you. It's hard for me to really give examples to everyone on here because I don't know what everyone's business are, but I'm trying to give, maybe like local Indianapolis dentist office, you know, dental cleanings, Indianapolis, like just very specific. Those would be stuff that you wanted to put in your captions. And those were like the keywords that Instagram was they're gonna like, it's a computer, it's gonna like calculate, okay, we need to get this out to people. Maybe it's gonna push it out to someone who was just yesterday searching for dentist in Indianapolis. Because people do that on Instagram now. They don't just do it on Google, they do it on Instagram. So it's gonna push out to those people. So I put some examples of text hooks. So text hooks are like text, like in this slide that this picture that I'm showing you right here. This was a reel that I did on the fly, and we got 95,000 views. It's our highest view we've ever gotten. It was literally on the fly. It wasn't even thought out. I don't know if any of you guys watch the reality TV show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but a lot of us girls at the salon watch that show, and all this drama came out the night before on the show, and some of our guests were watch it too, and we were talking about it as Legacy was doing her hair. We were all three of us were kind of talking about the show and like, oh my gosh, did you hear about Dakota and Taylor or whatever, these people in the show? And then I thought, you know what? This is like something that other people are probably talking about at the coffee shops or like because it's just like nationwide popular show, you know what I mean? So we went ahead and we said this is an example of a text hook. It hooked people in who watched the show. So I just put thank you Taylor and Dakota, which are characters on the show, for keeping the salon conversation alive today. Well, Instagram took that information, and everyone who was searching about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives from the night before or that day, because it was like big news, they probably saw this post because the algorithm took that text, and then I put it in the hashtags, I put it in the caption. And then not only that, but you can see all the shares. People were sharing it because they're probably like sharing it to their best friend. Like, did you see this? This is hilarious or whatever. And then people were commenting, and then people were resharing it, and people were liking it. So all that stuff is why we got so many views on it. It's like the algorithm, it's a perfect example of what the algorithm does. The more that people see it, get hooked on it, like it, share it, save it, all the things, the more views you're going to get. Now, did it turn into any actual salon guests? I don't know. But I know that the more views we're getting, the more people know we're out there. This is probably more of an example of not necessarily a local. It probably wasn't great as far as getting people in the chair just because it wasn't a local one. There was no local keywords in it. It's probably like more of a nationwide thing. But, it's an example for you to see now if we had this same setup, but it was like Indianapolis hair salon on top of it, then it might have turned into actual people in our chair. But I wanted to put that because that is something like a lot of people don't utilize is keywords, call to actions, and text hooks. And they really hook people in and get them to stay on your video. And then they might be like, oh wow, I didn't even know this food truck existed. I live in Indianapolis. I live on the south side of Indy. That burger looks amazing. They might go to your page after they saw the video and be like, I'm gonna check this out. Oh, I see they have an event coming up. I'm gonna go check it out. So that's what you want. But some examples of a text hook would be like, hey, need a spring refresh? Book now. I know it sounds cheesy, but or new arrivals just hit, come and shop in Indianapolis. You could add in local tech keywords as come shop, downtown Greenwood. Are you a busy indie mom? Question mark. This will save you time. These are examples of like hooking people in with text. Um, and then like I put at the bottom like POV eating the best burger in Greenwood, Indiana. And then it could be like someone eating the burger at dashboard food truck. So the next slide is about tools. So someone had mentioned earlier Canva. Canva is also a great tool. These are some of the free ones that I use every day. So for one, ChatGPT. I mean, if you're wanting to do social media, get ChatGPT. Like I use it so many times a day, and some people are like, no, I'm never going to do it, but it is such a great free tool. I use it for captions. It takes the guesswork out and it saves you time. If you don't know what to post, ask ChatGPT. hey, be very specific. I'm a local hair salon. I want local to attract local people to my hair salon. Please give me a caption or a reel or video idea. You can ask them for video ideas, post ideas. You can actually ask ChatGPT for a plan, a weekly plan of what to post every week. And it'll give you specific things and ideas of what to post 5 times a week. It will outline everything for you. So use it. Like it takes the guesswork out and it'll save you time. I use it for captions, for hashtags, for keywords, for ideas for posts sometimes. And then CapCut is a video editing tool. You can actually edit your videos in Instagram app or TikTok, but CapCut is a little bit, I think it's more user friendly. And then it also has templates in there that you can plug in photos or things like that if you're just not feeling creative and you just want a template just to throw something in there and post. I use CapCut a lot of times for that as well. And you can you can't really do much cross posting with CapCut, I don't think. I think only TikTok and Instagram, um but yeah, I love CapCut. And there's other ones like Instagram has their own separate app called Edits. That's a really good one as well. But I think I just prefer CapCut. And then so there's Metricool, which is a free app as well. If you, for one brand, I think it's free. And it does cross posting for you and schedules posts and it gives you analytics. So I've actually never used Metricool. My husband is in marketing. He does more web development and he does like marketing via your website and kind of like SEO strategy and things like that. But he refers Metricool to some of his clients if they ask about social media. He doesn't really do social media, but he says that a lot of his clients love Metricool. So personally never used it, but it is a great idea if you just want to make one post and cross post to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram in one go. That's a great tool. I also kind of linked my husband's website there because he does work with a lot of businesses, small businesses, large businesses, and he's, like I said, he does marketing centered around websites and like gives people consulting for their websites and he'll give people like free tips and consulting advice on easy tips on how to maximize your website. There's like some easy things to do. And then if it's totally over your head and you'd rather just pay someone, obviously he can help you with that too. And he does a lot of search engine optimization. That's like what he specializes in, and then e-commerce sites. So if you're interested in talking to someone who knows a lot about that, I put his email there. He offered to let me do that. So let's see how to post and edit a reel. Okay. So we're actually going to be interactive. If you want to, no pressure at all, but if you want to go ahead and get out your phones, go to Instagram, go to your Instagram page. I'm going to actually show you how to post and edit a video, a reel. As I said earlier, reels are really, Instagram's algorithm changed like some years ago where they went from it started off, I don't know if you guys can remember, it started off as just photos. Instagram was just photos, but then it went to videos. They really push out reels. So if you're not currently doing reels, you need to start doing reels because just posting a picture once a week is not doing anything for you at all. And I say that with like such sincere and genuine. Like I used to do the same thing and it just does, it's not how the algorithm works anymore. So you need to be posting reels. So we're going to do that. So what you do is you're going to go to your Instagram page, you're going to click that little plus sign at the top left. And then a little window is going to pop up. Do you want to create a reel? Do you want to, they have their option of creating a video on Edits, which is that app you'll have to download. You can do a post or a story. So we're going to do reel. And then it's going to take you to your camera roll. You have the option to actually take the video right here, or you have the option to pick from one of yours. As you can see in the picture, I'm picking one of these pictures of someone like curling a guest's hair. So I pick that video. You can see it's like 2 minutes long, which is very long. So you want to keep your videos under 10 seconds. This is like the biggest thing. So the reason is because people's attention span is very, 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 very short. you can imagine when you're scrolling on Instagram or Facebook or something, if you're not like sucked in within like 2 seconds, you're gone. You've already scrolled. It's so easy just to scroll, right? So you need to suck people in somehow, whether it be through what they're seeing or the text hook or something. So that's why they say keep it under 10 seconds. Really, the sweet spot a lot of times is 7 seconds. I know that seems so short, but that's just kind of like the data that we found is it has to be pretty short unless you're hooked in like people's get ready with me days. Those can be a little longer, or like voiceovers where it's like, hey, come with me as I do this, and people are hooked in that way, so then they'll stay a little bit longer. But yes, general rule, keep it under 10 seconds. So anyways, you're going to click your video that you want. You're going to hit the blue next at the bottom, and then it's going to bring you to this page where you can see at the bottom left it says edit video, or you can swipe up to edit. So we're going to click edit video, and you can see your video here. So you can actually take your video, you can shorten it. Say you only want to do like 2 seconds and then you want to add another video. So you're going to make it super short, and then you're going to go over to the little white plus on the right hand side. You're going to click the white plus, and then you're going to add another video if you want. Or if you just want to keep this one video on here, then you're just going to make it to about what you want. Then right under that, you can see tap to add audio. So you're going to go there. And I always recommend, especially starting out, just to do trending audio if you can find one that you like. So you can see when it brings up the audio, there's for you, there's trending, and there's original audio, and then there's saved audio. So you're going to click the trending audio, and that just means that that's another way that people can find you, or that the algorithm will push out your content, is using trending audio. If you can't find one in the trending that you like or that fits your thing, you don't have to use it. You can find something else. It's just, I try to stick with that little, you see how the little arrow under it, where it's like up like this, that means it's trending audio. So I try to pick those if I can. And then you can pick your audio, or you don't have to do an audio, whatever. And then under the audio, you can see tap to add text. So you would click that, and then you can write on here, like I might write, watch me curl her hair. Watch me, I don't even know. I'd probably ask ChatGPT. I'd probably say, reword this. I'm making a video on Instagram and I'm curling someone's hair. What would be a cutesy little text hook? Or I put, what would be a text hook for curling someone's hair? And then ChatGPT would give me all these different options, and then I would just pick up whatever I want, and then I would put it in the text. And then I would add an audio, and then next I would hit the blue arrow at the top right. And then it's going to bring me to this page right here. This is important, as you can see with all the red markings here. Okay, so the preview at the top is actually going to let you preview your video, and that's kind of like your final run through before you post it, just to make sure this is something that you actually are fine with. If you don't like it, you can hit the black arrow at the top left and then go back and edit it some more. The edit cover arrow right here, that is okay. So your cover photo is what people are going to see when they come to your page. Like when they look at your Instagram page, this is what they're going to see. They're going to see this photo right here. If you don't like that photo, then you can pick one from your camera roll. I like to take more aesthetic pictures and save them for my edit covers, because sometimes we're doing like funny reels at the salon, but I don't necessarily like the look of the reel, on the page. I want it to be more like a hair picture or something. And that's why I use the edit cover tool a lot. As you can see under this with the 2 exclamations, we have add a caption. So this is where you're going to write your caption. This is where I would go to ChatGPT, and I do this probably 99% of the time. I ask ChatGPT for a caption, just to be honest and real with you guys, just because sometimes my creative brain is just done. Like I'm just done for the day and I don't have anything to say. And I also care about having keywords in there that are actually going to push it out to the right people. So I would ask, hey, local hair salon, caption for a chocolate brunette, beautiful waves, whatever. Me behind the chair with my client. So then they would write a caption for me. I would just copy and paste it. Then I would add a couple hashtags. Tagging people and adding your location also super important. So tagging people, the more people you collaborate with and the more people you tag, the better. The more, because if you tag someone, that just means they can share it to their story or they see it. They can share it to their story for you, and then all their followers are seeing your post too that you normally wouldn't have reached to. Collaborating with people, even better. Collaborating with people means that's actually going to show up on their page as well. And some people don't want that. They have to accept that. But it's a very, very great tool for community. Like sometimes I'll tag Old Town Greenwood Inc. in the salon stuff if it relates to you guys or something, or like maybe I posted about the Strawberry Festival and then I collaborated with them and it's showing up on their page so that their followers are seeing our stuff too, and vice versa. So this is where we can actually support one another in community as well. You know, if I'm at the dashboard food truck, I might take a video of me, what your hairstylist does on her day off. She's going to go have a great burger, and then I might collaborate with them. And then all my followers are going to see and now know about Dashboard. And it's how we can support each other, and it's super, super helpful. So tagging and collaborating whenever you can, and then adding your location. I always usually do Indianapolis, Indiana, or Greenwood, Indiana for my location because again, I'm wanting local. I'm wanting Instagram to push it to local people so that they can know about us. Um, Next would be after you fill in all that stuff, then you are going to share it. That would be for right now. If you want to post it right this second, you're going to hit that blue share button. If you're wanting to save it and maybe edit it some more later, or you're not really sure you want to post it, you're just kind of working on it, you would save it as a draft. And then you can go back to it later. It's always going to be in your app. You can go back to it later. The other option is I don't have it on this picture, but if you scroll down, and you would see more options at the bottom. You would click more options and then scroll down and you'll be able to schedule this reel. So you can actually schedule it. So a lot of times being a content creator, what I'll do is I'll crank out sometimes 5 to 7 posts or reels in a day if I'm having a down day here at the salon, and I'll just schedule them. And I'll just spend all day just making content for the salon, and I'll schedule it out for the whole week and kind of spread it out. And that way my content's done for the week. That would be also a time saver for you as a business owner because maybe you have a down day where you just want to crank it all out in one day. Maybe Sunday, you just want to get all your content done for the week. That would be a lot more doable than trying to fit it in when you're really, really busy throughout the week. So it's a great tool as well. I will say that you must be a professional account on Instagram to be able to schedule posts. So you would have to go into your settings and look to see if you're a professional account in order to do that. But it is a great tool. Okay, next. So kind of wrapping this up a little bit. Sorry, am taking a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I'm almost done. So 3 post challenge. I just wanted to give you guys 3 little challenges this week. Something super simple that you can do. Number 1, introduce yourself in a post or reel. So maybe like, for instance, as you see on my page, you know, that picture of me, and then I have like, it's a post, just a picture. And then I put a caption in there about myself. So maybe make that. If you have a brand shot that's really professional looking, maybe get that photo done of yourself, or if you already have one, great. Make a post, talk about who you are, and then pin it to your main grid. Remember how I taught you guys how to do that earlier? You click the 3 dots at the top, and then you put pin to main grid so that it shows up. I don't know if you can see, but it shows up right here at the top of your thing. So that would be my first challenge for you. Another challenge I have for you, maybe even just doing one of these, but another example would be show your products or services that you offer. Maybe do a video of it. Maybe behind the scenes at the indie dentist office. You know what I mean? Like, show the girls doing the cleanings, show your staff having a good time, show the people at the front desk, show someone checking out. Or if it's like a food place, you know, show your food, post like that burger one that I showed you and then pin that. Do some sort of video. I'd really like you guys to focus on videos because a lot of people are scared of videos, and that'll get you out of your comfort zone. And like I said, reels push content. So we really want to focus on reels. behind the scenes with a text hook. Watch me make the best burger in Indy. And then it could be a video of Vanessa or one of her staff on the food truck flipping the burger on the stove. Like people want to see what it's like behind the truck, right? They're always like, look, I remember when I worked on the food truck, people were always like looking in the back door, wanted to see what we were doing in there, or like dripping sweat, making burgers. And I like it's interesting. It's like how do they get 4 or 5 people in that tiny little space? You know what I mean? So people want to see behind the scenes things. That would be a really good hook. And then you could pin it to your main grid with a really cute cover photo that looks good on your page. Um, it wouldn't be too hard. It might take you a lot of time the first or second few times you do it just to get used to it, but it's a challenge. I just put some examples here for like a dentist office text hook, just a routine cleaning or something unexpected, right? You want to know what's the unexpected thing. And it's like maybe a video of someone, a dental hygienist, like doing a cleaning, but then you pan over and the dentist is like waiting for her to finish and he's like doing a handstand in the corner or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just something silly. So that's a hook that's drawing people in there. Like they want to see what happens next. Um, the food truck one, a text or video hook. Could you parallel park the food truck and then someone taking a video of her actually backing that truck up into the spot that it sits in over there? Like that would be cool. Like, could you actually do it? Like it takes some skill to do that. Um, a text hook maybe like looking for a new place to shop on the south side of Indy, come check us out. And then you're going to show your products that you sell. So these are all examples of text hooks or video hooks that would like really draw people in to see you. And then make sure that you're putting all your keywords, your local keywords, Indianapolis, Southside Indy, whatever, Edinburgh, whatever, in there so that you're drawing people in. Um, the other thing that I wanted to show you guys really quick, if you want to go to your Instagram page, is you can track your progress. So once you're committed to whatever the number is, say your number is 3 times a week, and that's what you want to commit to, and you're going to stay consistent with it because consistency is key, right? So whatever your number is, maybe it's 2 times a week, that's fine. I want you to do this it would be really great if you did it for a month. I mean, if we're really committing to this, we're going to commit, right? We can do this. So say for the next month, you're going to do 3 times a week like you promised yourself. And then after that month, you're going to go back to your it's called your dashboard right here on Instagram. You're going to click that and it's going to show you your kind of like a rough analytics of how you're doing. You can see that my views are up 28.8 thousand. My interactions are up 1.1 thousand because I've really been working on interactions. I've really been working on, and we've been working as a salon on sharing each other's content, liking each other's stuff, comment on each other's stuff. And this is what you can encourage your staff to do. Hey, if we post something and you guys see it, like it, share it, put it on your story. Like we need to support each other, comment on each other's stuff because interactions are huge. Anytime anyone's interacting with you, that's pushing your content out even more. And you can see that mine are up because the girls here at the salon, we've been working on supporting one another when we post stuff. If one of the girls posts something and I just see it on my page come up, I immediately like it. I comment on it like I'm their biggest fan. I share it or reshare it or whatever because I know that's helping them and vice versa. So we can support each other in that way. But yes, it's really great to see kind of like if what you're doing is working. And then to wrap up, our takeaway today is get comfortable behind the camera, embrace the cringe, get inspo from others. I put on here, if you go to Instagram, see this little magnifying glass at the bottom. If you click on that, it'll take you to like search on Instagram. And sometimes if I don't have any content ideas, I'll search salon content ideas or something like that, or funny work reels or something, and then like see what other people are posting in that way and get inspo from others. You're not copying off others, you're just inspired by others and what they're posting, and that's totally okay. We do this a lot in the salon. We see a funny salon reel that another salon did and we do it in our own way. It really does help take the pressure off trying to figure out what to post all the time because it can be very overwhelming, especially when you have a business to run and you're doing all 50 other billion things. Ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like my favorite tool for social media because it literally will tell you what to do. It'll give you ideas. It takes the guesswork out, it takes the keyword guesswork out, all those things. And then delegate, delegate, delegate. If you have employees that you can delegate this to, delegate it to them. You know, it might feel a little scary at first because you're giving up control in that way, but you can just easily just say, hey, it's not working out, and then not have them do it anymore. So delegating to others is really going to help you succeed in your own ways. Because if you're not currently doing social media, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. So don't feel bad if you just need to delegate it off to someone or trade services with someone or hire an intern or something. The other takeaway is show your face. Forward facing content. They want to see you, they want to know you. Whenever we post videos and Allie's in it, our owner of our salon is in it, we always get more views, we always get more likes, we always get more shares because it's her business. And a lot of her followers follow because it's her and they love her and they want to see her. And that's totally normal and totally okay. So get comfortable behind the camera and show your face. Show your beautiful face. Be good at hooks, get good at hooks, keywords, and learn the algorithm. And consistency is key. I've said it so many times and I'll never stop saying it. Consistency over everything else. If your videos are terrible and your posts are terrible, that's okay. Just keep doing it. You'll get better. It'll get easier with time and the more that you kind of learn it. And then we're gonna do yes, I think I already said some of these. So the final reminder is post 3 to 5 times a week. That's like the ultimate goal. I wouldn't even suggest posting more than 5 times a week. That would be like if you're like an expert at this. And then multiple stories a day if you can. That would be like the ultimate goal. But like I said, you want to start out small because it's all about consistency. So whatever you start doing right now, today, make sure that you can keep doing it like forever. And then engage with people, collaborate, comment, tag, reshare, do all those things with your community. We can help one another. And if you guys even when we'll go to question time, but if you want to put in the chat your Instagram business handle, we can all follow each other at the end of this. You know, we can all kind of commit to like if we see each other post something, we'll like it, we'll share it, we'll whatever, and just support our community in that way. And then that's really all I have open for questions. I know we kind of ran a little bit over time, but if you guys still have time for a couple questions, I'm available. So
Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to unmute and ask, or if you'd rather type it in the chat, that's fine too.
Nikki, I had a question.
yes.
Are there any other apps or tools that you use for editing, especially for reels or anything like that? Or do you just simply use the Instagram tool that they have?
Mainly CapCut is the one that I love the most.
Okay.
And it's CAPCUT. That's the one that I personally love, but I've used Edits. Instagram has their own app called Edits. I personally like CapCut better, but yeah, there's a bunch of different tools out there, but those are my favorite. You could also
Okay.
ask ChatGPT for any other tools that are popular, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you doing everything on your phone? I mean, I know you can access Instagram on a computer as well, or are you primarily using your phone?
So the salon so we actually have an iPhone that, so if people call to make appointments, they call the iPhone. And I've been using the salon iPhone and I use my own too. Sometimes I'll create videos on my own phone and then send them over to the salon phone and post from our Instagram page there.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'm doing everything on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're taking pictures, videos, yeah, just doing it all in one place.
So a lot of times I'm
Makes
like
sense.
walking around the salon, I'm taking video content of the other girls doing people's hair, or I'm taking pictures, or yeah. Or sometimes like I reuse a lot of old content as well. So you can reuse stuff. People are not paying attention to, oh, she's already posted that.
Yeah.
Or I've already seen that picture 1,000 times. Like people really aren't seeing that. We think that, but people aren't seeing that. So that's another good tip as well. I'm glad you brought that up, is reuse old content.
Are you
Like,
tweaking it at all, or you just totally
Usually
Copy
it's
pasting.
tweaked, like,
Okay.
yeah, no, not copy and paste. But
Okay.
like I have a lot of clips, for instance, of someone foiling someone's hair or like washing someone's hair at the sink. I might
Yeah.
reuse some of those.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Other questions? I had another question too that I was
Yeah.
curious about. I had seen something one time about someone sharing, I don't know, a post or a video with music, say on like TikTok, and then cross-posting on Instagram or vice versa, and then having problems with the music because the music
Yes.
on Instagram wasn't approved on TikTok or vice versa. Do you
Yes.
have any, I don't know, suggestions, or have you had that pitfall as well?
So this might be a little controversial with other influencers, but I honestly don't do a lot of cross posting. The only thing
Okay.
that we cross post is from Instagram to Facebook. Everything we post to Instagram automatically goes to Facebook, and you can set that
Yeah.
up in your settings.
And then that's
Um,
all Meta, so there wouldn't be a problem, I wouldn't
right.
think. It's
But
all the
as far
same.
as
Yeah.
TikTok, now I didn't really mention this, but you really do want to know your audience. As far as a hair salon, we do better on Instagram. It's
Mhm.
just people want to see that visual, you know what I mean? And TikTok's less visual. It's more like a bigger reach. TikTok is like a very, very wide reach. And we want a local reach and we want visual. So Instagram, we do better on Instagram. But we still have a TikTok page. Sometimes I'll just use a different, I'll create a video in CapCut and then it'll automatically post, it'll put it on TikTok for me. There's like a little button that you can push that says, "Do you want to put it on TikTok?" Yes. And then I'll just put like a different uh like music of what am I trying to say? Song on there
Yeah.
than Instagram if that happens. Or like sometimes it's just like too hard to find the same exact song, so I'll just put different songs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that answered your question,
Yeah, no,
but yes,
definitely.
that will
Yeah.
happen. Another thing that we learned that happened is if you have a business account, so we have a professional account. And the reason for that is if you have a business account, sometimes Meta will limit you on what songs you can use if you're a business account. It'll only let you use certain songs because of like copyright stuff or something. I don't know
Mhm.
why. Um, so that keep that in mind too. If like you're wanting to look for trending audio, you probably won't find it if you're a business account. So
Okay.
I would maybe figure out we used to be a business account and then we switched it because of that. I was just like, no, we use the music too much and it's too important for what we do. So we'll just make it a professional account.
Mm.
So some of those things
Good
you'll
to know.
find out as well. Yeah.
Anyone else any questions before we wrap up? All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Nikki. This was super
Yeah.
informative. I feel like you
Good.
gave lots of good tips, and I appreciate you sharing um, like screenshots and apps that you use, especially ones that are free, because I'm sure our small businesses really appreciate that. So I
Yes.
will, I've been recording this
Thank you guys
video
too.
and I will plan to, I think we'll try to put it on our Old Town Greenwood Facebook page, maybe Instagram. I'll see if I can get a link. Whatever I can do to share it out there, it will definitely go out. If
Yes.
you are in get our newsletters, I hope to share it through there. If I don't have your contact and you want to put it in the chat, I can email it to you as well. And then I think Nikki, you maybe were also potentially going to share it out there too. So,
Yes, yes.
okay.
Thank you guys so much for coming and taking time out of your day to listen to what I had to say, and hopefully it was helpful to you. It was nice to meet everyone. Yeah. If you guys need
All
anything
right.
else or have any other questions, you can reach out to me. So
Thank you, Nikki. Have a great
you're welcome.
day.
You too. Thank you
Take care,
guys.
everybody. Thank you.